Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jason Wampler, and this is a daily tool exposition. And I wanted to show you what it, how to say it's the fifth or sixth generation air-cooled Dremel tool. I have made the necessary modifications to this tool. Um, the modification I made, obviously, I put this GFCI plug on it. Um, It has, of course, test and reset. It has a digital readout with reset. Uh, uh, what is that? Oh my goodness, what does that say? That's reset. And that's test. And it's a 3-cord Monty, so it's a heavy duty plug. I shortened the cord up. Didn't need to be that long. This box, I kind of suddenly realized something about my tools. If I use a standard wall switch and box, it cannot be exposed. So I actually found these miniaturized covers from Leviton. I cut out the top. It kind of did a sloppy job, but that's the on-off switch, and that is in the off position. Um, I kind of want to turn it to switch into the other direction so so that's the opposition. That's the on position because this goes towards the shortened cord, and this goes towards the handheld air pump right here, and that goes through the air hose, and the power, the power for the motor, the AC 120 volt AC motor, goes in that cord all the way to the Dremel tool, and the Dremel tool, I had I had to do some modifications to this area back here. This bushing material, it came loose and the hose started slipping out of the housing itself. My goodness, you know, one of these days I'll grow a second pair of arms. Um, I need an assistant, by the way. Anybody who wants to work for free until I make money. Um, so this is the Dremel tool head itself, and the tool used to be a lot more cumbersome and unwieldy than it was before this. I'm thinking that this cooling tube is a little bit too damn long. I'm thinking about cutting the length, and then of course on the head itself, the upper part of the 120 volt motor is exposed. So I'm thinking about putting a black cap on that with some cooling hairs. Um, and then of course it's got the cutting wheel on the top. I'm trying to find larger cutting wheels, the same size arbor hole. If not, if I can't do that, then I'll make ones with specialized washers, so that we can get so we can get the cutting wheel that's a little bit larger than the diameter of the tool itself. That actually makes for ease of use. This has a neck boom, so that's kind of the saving grace. But the wheel's so short, you kind of have to hold it at an angle when you're cutting it. This is a 120 volt AC motor, however, and like I said, this tool just does whatever the hell it wants. If I had 4 arms, I could grab in the damn thing. And of course, the screen of my phone is always filthy, and I'm looking at that. This is a 120 volt AC motor. And let me tell you something for its size. Here is the difference between my tool and other tools. Aside from the fact that it's visibly different in appearance, all grays and blacks with one white switch. What sets my tool aside is the fact that at 120 volts of AC, um, this little motor will spin and cut through anything. It will not get bogged down. Now, I'm not coming down on Harbor Freight's tools. They offer some Dremel tools, pretty high Dremel type handheld grinding tools that are pretty good. But the problem is you have a small DC motor running from a power supply, and it only runs on 5.5 or 6 volts, a half an amp. That's just not going to give you the kind of cutting power that you need, and that would bog down even the smallest diameter grinding tool. This guy, as you can see, of course, by the diameter of the shaft, oh god dang, I tell you, this is just unwieldy. Um, by the diameter, by the diameter of the shaft, you can see right here, the shaft is pretty small compared to the actual cutting wheel itself. The motor, when you spin it, it feels pretty stiff. That translates into how powerful the motor is. And you can see my finger relative size. This wheel will not bog down. It will bog down if you start cutting 1/4 inch thick plexiglass. It might bog down a little bit. You can cut through 1/16 aluminum, 1/16 steel. Um, you can start really grinding things up. This wheel is designed to wear away, but I have to tell you again, this is a 120 volt AC motor that I got out of a used vacuum cleaner that had other problems, and the folks just wanted to get rid of the vacuum cleaner. So it's a used part. The cutting wheel and the fasteners are new. The hose is new. Of course, the air pump is new. The box, the switch, and the cover are new. The GFCI plug with a digital readout. Let me just show you that again because I'm not sure you got a good look at it the first time. This is the GFCI plug with the digital readout. Let me hold this like this. My goodness, I really need an assistant because it's just this tool, and that's kind of not a selling point. You see how much I have to fart around with the tool, but guys, I have to hold the fucking camera, so it's difficult. I only have 2 arms. I don't have 4. But see, this has got a digital readout with a reset button that's got the test and reset there. And I showed this to you before, but this means a lot because if you start overheating the tool, if you overheat, it's got 2 motors going to this power supply. Um, there's a motor inside this carry-all air pump, which is actually the intake is on that side, and the discharge is on this side. And I removed the switch where the switch used to be, because obviously I moved it back to the gray box. But you got a pump, a centrifugal, an AC motor, another 120 AC motor housed inside this canister, which generates the intake and discharge pressure like a vacuum cleaner, and it has a centrifugal pump that's centrifugal to what's on a vacuum cleaner. In fact, it's a miniaturized version of the same type of air pump that is on vacuum cleaners. It looks like a small, high bypass fan jet, electric motor strapped to it. At 120 volts, it cooks and it cleans. Now it blows air through this hose and through this boom to the end of this motor to cool it off, but I don't really know if it needs it. But here's the point. You got this GFCI plug running 2 120 volt uh, AC motors, possibly at 1/8 to 1/4 horsepower each. I say the total horsepower between the 2 motors is 1/8. It's probably almost 1/4 of a horsepower, but I could be wrong. But again, the AC, the 120 AC motor in here runs on 5 amps. The AC 120 AC motor here runs on 3 to 4 amps. So that's a total of 8 amps. 8 amps draw for 2 electric motors, turning and blowing air, running off a 120 volt, 15 amp 60 cycle wall power. You're going to have something that's going to turn and burn. But you know what, guys? I don't want you to just take my word for it. I want you to see a working demonstration. And by the way, plug your ears because this damn thing is loud. Now, I'm going to figure out how the hell to get this set up because oh, shit. Because this is a loud tool, but I need anytime I demonstrate or show a tool, it needs, for lack of a better word, to be a test run. And I don't think. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's not it. Hmm. All right. Huh. There you go. How do I rotate? You know what? I don't. Oh, shucks. You know what? Oh, for goodness sake. Okay, well, shoot. Well, if I know that's the line of sight there, hmm. Okay, well, dilemma. Huh. Huh. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to point this thing downward. You know, I think that might work if I could do that. There you go. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, this is about as thankless as the last job. Okay. Oh, I got it. Okay, hold on. There you go. I got it now. Okay, all right. So I just want to know what line of or field I want to know what line of vision I'm in. I want to know my field of vision, and it's kind of hard to do that um, because I chose the camera on the back of the phone. I'm just gonna have to have faith that this works. You're gonna see me temporarily. I'm gonna go ahead and plug this tool in, and I hope this comes out. I just want to give a working demonstration. All right. Well, that was just fucking wonderful. Shit. Oh, fuck me. This is. There's just no way. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for cussing. It just gets really, really irritating. I'm just a one-man operation. I don't have any money. I can't hire other people. There's the digital readout flashing on the GFCI plug. And you can see the switch, the foreground, and everything. I think that's a pretty good shot. Let me go ahead and center it. And I think the problem is I'm trying to roll around in this chair, and I'm in a small room. And I don't have any money. Jeez. Make you wish for three things: more money, another set of arms, and a real studio to film this thing. Um, oh well, such is life. Let me give you a working demonstration. This is a total cooling room. Um, I'm thinking I gotta shorten this, but here we go. You hear that? You hear that thump? If that means that switch is gonna work. And here you go. Here is the on-off switch, which is a little bit too short. And here you go. Um, we're gonna do an outside demonstration as well. Um, I may decide to attach the switch to the pump. I may decide to lengthen this cord. I'm definitely gonna be putting a cover on this with some cooling passages. But that's the switch right there. You see that? This will cut through pretty much anything. I'm not going to penetrate that now. We are going to, so I think that a couple of changes I'm going to need to make. I'm going to put the cover, the black cap cover on here to hide this, and put cooling hole there. screw holes in it. I'm gonna shorten the length of this cooling hose. And last night I spent a few minutes really shortening up this cord, and I think that was a mistake. I need to lengthen this cord on both sides by at least another 12 inches so that I'm holding it, and the switch box isn't dangling in the air. Um, but anyway, but this is where I'm at. That funny noise comes from all the air being blown through this hose by this air pump here and out these holes at the top of the motor. I want to tell you something. Undersized motors that run at 6 volts DC, if you put a 12 volt DC power supply on it, you are going to cook the motor. You're going to cook the plastic back support, or you're going to cook the magnets, and they'll stop. The pickup magnets will break and shatter, or the field magnets will break, and laminate will burn. So if you're going to use the power supply has to go with the rating of the motor itself. This motor again, 120 volts AC, 60 phase, about roughly 2.5, 3 amps. I think it's like a 3 amp motor, which is a lot for something this size. Anyway, that's my tool. So I'm going to lengthen 2 extensions of the cord, put the cap on this, and I'm going to shorten this air hose, and then the tool will be finalized, and we'll see that. So this tool is as is, ready for sale. It's used, it's not new. It's being offered at a price of $125 plus free shipping. So if you're interested, look me up, abengineer.com. Um, Actually, my email is abengineer.com@gmail.com. We can make arrangements. I'm trying to get a website together. It's quite the struggle, but we'll manage. Anyway, what do we call this show? This is, my goodness, the Tool Marketplace Minute. We call it that. All right, my name is Jason Walker. I'm the host, the disembodied voice. I don't want to detract from the attractiveness of this tool with the other attractiveness appearance. Thanks a lot for playing along. We'll talk to you guys later.